Hello everyone, welcome to Home Cooking with me Hema Subramanian. Any main courses like rice or rotis are always best enjoyed with some nice side dishes. Today I'm going to share 4 wonderful and easy to make side dish recipes that you can enjoy for your main course. So let's get started and check them out. For the Brinjal Tawa Fry, first we're going to make this masala mix. To a bowl, add 2 tablespoons of gram flour. This is roasted gram flour. Next, add half teaspoon of turmeric powder, 2 teaspoons Kashmiri red chilli powder, 2 teaspoons coriander powder, 1.5 teaspoons cumin powder, 2 teaspoons Amchur powder, 1 teaspoon Garam Masala powder, just a pinch of Hing, that is Asafoetida powder, and salt to taste. You can add about 1 teaspoon. Just mix the spices nicely with the gram flour. You can see it's blended well. The spice mix is ready. Keep this aside. So I've taken 1 medium to large size brinjals. This is a nice Baingan. Cut off the head like that. And the key is to cut the slices not too thin or not too thick, because you need the slices to cook. So just make sure you cut them to nice medium size thickness. So you can see it's not too thin or too thick. Just make sure you cut it evenly. Place the slice one by one onto the masala mix. It's nice masala powder. Make sure you coat the slices nicely with the masala powder. Just spread it evenly on all sides of the slice. Just rub it like that. So you can see the slice is beautifully coated. Coat all the slices in this manner and keep it aside. Make sure you cut the brinjals after making the spice mix. They can change color very quickly. So you can see I've coated all the slices with the masala mix. Let this sit for about 5 minutes so that the moisture in the vegetable will absorb all the flavors. Heat the tawa, pour a little oil and spread it out on all sides. Now gently start placing the pieces one by one. Maintain the flame on a medium and fry the brinjal pieces. So just dab the pieces with a little bit of oil before you flip them over. So the pieces are nicely coated. So gently flip the pieces to the other side. So if you feel it's a little dry on the edges, just add a little bit of oil. So just remember, this is not deep fry, we're only tawa frying this. So make sure you cook on each side for about 5 minutes on medium-low flame. This brinjal tawa fry is best enjoyed when you serve it nice and hot right out of the tawa, as it coats with this beautiful crispy texture on the outside and it's nice and soft and tender on the inside. You can eat it as is because the flavors are so amazing. You can enjoy it as a starter or you can serve it as a side dish for any main course. I have all the ingredients ready here to make the Tamil Nadu wedding style potato masala. Take a nice wide pan or a kadai to make this curry. First add about 3 tablespoons of oil. Once the oil is heated, add about 1 teaspoon of chana dal, 1 teaspoon urud dal, 1 teaspoon mustard seeds and 1 teaspoon cumin seeds. Saute these ingredients well. After the mustard seeds start splattering, roughly cut up to 3 red chilies and add them to the pan. Also add about half teaspoon of hing and add about 2 medium-sized finely chopped onions. Make sure you fry these onions until they are slightly golden brown in color. Meanwhile, I'm adding a few curry leaves. This adds a really nice flavor to this masala curry. You have to saute all these ingredients for up to 2 to 3 minutes on high flame. As you can see, the onions are a bit translucent now. At this point, I'm adding about 4 slit green chilies. I'm also adding 1 teaspoon of ginger garlic paste. Freshly pounded ginger and garlic paste will add a good aroma as well as flavor to the dish. Saute this for about 1 minute. After 1 minute, add 2 finely chopped tomatoes. Make sure you use fully ripened tomatoes for a better flavor. Now add 1 teaspoon salt, half teaspoon turmeric powder, 1 teaspoon red chilli powder, 1 teaspoon coriander powder and mix well. Keep the flame on low to avoid burning these spice powders. Mix well and saute until the oil is separated from the masala. At this point, I'm adding half cup of water to make sure this gravy is nice and gooey. Keep the flame on medium and cover the pan with a lid. Cook the gravy for about 5 minutes to let the tomatoes soften up. After 5 minutes, you can see that the moisture is all gone and the masala is ready. Now, I'm adding about half kilo of potatoes. I have already boiled them, peeled off their skin and cut them into medium-sized pieces like these. Now gently mix the masala with potato pieces. Do not mash up the potatoes. Make sure all the pieces are coated with the masala nicely. At this point, add 1 teaspoon Garam Masala powder and mix well. Adding Garam Masala in the end will add a nice flavor. I'm just going to taste a piece to check for seasoning. There's a need for a little more salt, so I'm adding about half teaspoon of salt here. Now mix it all again and finally sprinkle some freshly chopped coriander leaves. Give it all a quick mix. So here is this delicious Tamil Nadu wedding style potato masala curry which is ready to be served. You can transfer this into a nice serving bowl and enjoy this with some nice hot rice and ghee, or even with some fulkas if you like dry sabzis. You can have this as a side dish for sambar rice, rasam rice or even curd rice. For the arbi fry, I've taken about half kilo of taro root, that's the arbi. Wash it nice and clean, make sure there's no mud sticking to it. So first we're going to cook the arbi. To a pot, add enough water for boiling. Add a little bit of salt. Now gently drop in the washed and cleaned arbi, that is the taro root, into the pot. Keeping the flame on a medium. Cook the arbi for at least about 20 minutes. So if you want to pressure cook the arbi, you can do it for 1 whistle. Now just make sure that it's not too soft or too mushy. It has to be a little firm, yet completely cooked. Using a knife, I'm just going to pierce to see if it's cooked through. So after 20 minutes, the vegetable is cooked beautifully. Remove from the water, cool it for 5 minutes. After it's cooled down, peel off the skin. Remove the skin in the same manner and slice it into nice medium-sized pieces. So next I'm going to mix all the spice powders together. This is the masala mix that coats the vegetable. To a bowl, add about 2 teaspoons of salt. Next add half teaspoon of turmeric powder, 3 teaspoons red chilli powder, 2 teaspoons coriander powder, 2 teaspoons cumin powder, quarter teaspoon hing. Next add 2 teaspoons of besan, that is gram flour. This will help to coat the masala to the vegetable nicely, and 2 teaspoons of rice flour. Now rice flour will give you a nice crispiness to the vegetable fry. Mix everything well. And gently add it to the vegetable. Now coat the arbi pieces with this masala mix. Make sure all the pieces are coated well with the masala. Let this sit for 5 minutes and then we can start frying it. Now take a nice wide pan, add about 3 tablespoons of oil, add a few curry leaves, after a few seconds, gently place the arbi pieces onto the pan. Make sure you place it nice and even on the pan. So we're going to fry this on medium flame till you get this lovely rich brown color. Gently mix it at intervals. Just make sure you don't break the pieces. To add extra flavor to the fry, I'm just adding some pound garlic. Now this is entirely optional. After adding the garlic, fry for another 5 minutes on low flame. You can see how that masala has coated the pieces so beautifully. The arbi fry is done. You can turn off the stove at this point and serve it nice and hot. Now this arbi fry goes very well with plain rice, with curd rice, or you can even enjoy it as is. Sometimes I just love eating it as is. It tastes so good. We'll give you a couple of links to the other side dish recipes. You can check them out as well. For the Gobi 65, I've taken 2 medium-sized cauliflowers, cut them into small florets and keep them aside. So we're going to blanch the cauliflowers. Take a nice pot, add enough water for blanching. Add a little salt. Gently drop in the cauliflowers into the hot water. Blanch for about 3 to 4 minutes. Turn off the stove, strain it and keep it aside. Next, I'm going to make the batter for the Gobi 65. For this, to a bowl, add quarter cup of gram flour or besan, half cup corn flour, 2 tablespoons rice flour. So rice flour is optional. If you add rice flour, it gives you a nice exterior crunch. If you don't have rice flour, you can also do it without that. Next, add quarter teaspoon of turmeric powder, half teaspoon salt, 1 teaspoon red chilli powder, half teaspoon garam masala powder, 1 teaspoon ginger garlic paste. Add a little water and mix everything together. So gradually pour water to get a nice batter consistency. Mix everything together till it's all well blended. Next, take a kadai, pour enough oil for deep frying. The batter shouldn't be too thick or too runny. Just make sure it's just right so it coats the cauliflowers. Deep fry them till you get a nice golden brown color. Remove from the hot oil and keep it aside. Next, to a pan, add a little oil, just about a teaspoon. Add 2 tablespoons of tomato ketchup. Two tablespoons chilli sauce, 1 teaspoon soy sauce. Add 1 teaspoon of Kashmiri red chilli powder. This is to give you a nice rich color. Just mix all the sauces. Now add the fried cauliflowers. Toss it all in. Finally, finish it off by adding some fried curry leaves and green chilies. Toss everything together till it's all well combined. You can see the sauces have coated the cauliflowers beautifully. So your Gobi 65 is done. Serve it hot immediately. You can now buy the second edition of our home cooking book at shop.homecookingshow.in.